Joe Biden released a new ad that's running all over TV. I have a lot to say about this. Take a look.
There is only one America. No Democratic rivers. No Republican mountains. Just this great land. And all that's possible on it. With a fresh start. Cures we can find. Futures we can shape. Work to reward. Dignity to protect. There is so much we can do if we choose to take on problems and not each other, and choose a president who brings out our best. Joe Biden doesn't need everyone in this country to always agree. Just to agree we all love this country, and go from there.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
So I have two different commentaries on this, okay? The first one is from my perspective, from the perspective of people who generally agree with me, usually young, left-leaning people, independent-minded people. My reaction to this ad is, and by the way, it was Sam Elliott, actor Sam Elliott, who was doing the voiceover. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I despise it. This is everything I despise about politicians. Everything. Let me tug at your heartstrings with some, patriotic music. Let me say absolutely nothing about policy. Nothing was in there about, I'm Joe Biden, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a new deal, an infrastructure deal. I'm going to do Medicare for all. He's not going to do Medicare for all. He's probably not going to do an infrastructure deal. I'm going to raise wages. I'm going to increase unionization. We're going to dig this country out of the pandemic by doing fill in the blank. There was none of that. Nothing about what he's actually going to do. Nothing at all. Nothing. So from my perspective, I hate it because what he's doing is I'm just going to fill the room with noise because I don't have anything really to say that means something. So I'm just going to do the whole old school politician, 1980s style. Let me sound like I'm incredibly patriotic and, there's no Democratic rivers and Republican roads or whatever the fuck they said. Yeah, got it. We're all Americans. Oh, yeah, let's get along even though we disagree. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. What a deep thought. What are you going to do? So I despise it. Okay? Everything about that ad I hate. Now for the other commentary. This is the exact kind of brainless boomer drivel that got him here in the first place. And there's an old saying, dance with who you brought. Is that how the saying goes? Dance with who you came with? Something like that. The whole campaign was this. You had people arguing policy on stage in the debates. And he chimes in and says some nonsense about, we're Americans, man. Come on, Jack. We're Americans, and when you're American, you can do stuff that's good. And a lot of boomers were like, oh, yes! Oh, my God! He said he's for good things! I like good things. So, listen, it got him to where he is. This hokey, corny nonsense got him to where he is. And in some ways, you could say it's a backlash from the Trump era, where Trump is so non-presidential, so not professional, so not politician-like, and it's chaos and mayhem and insanity every day that some people were just like, oh my God, just let me breathe, just let me take a breath, let me feel like I can unplug for a second, just give me something that feels somewhat normal, oh my God. And Joe Biden comes along and he's like, hey, my brain's not working, I'm a zombie, I got one foot in the grave, but you know what? Here. I'll throw some platitudes and cliches your way. We'll talk about America is great when we come together and stuff. By the way, when he does the whole thing about there's nothing we can't do, which he says all the time, he says we can't do Medicare for all. You can't have one of your things be like, well, there's nothing we can't do as Americans, and then also be like, we can't do Medicare for all, we can't do free college, we can't end the wars. So anyway, I hate this. I despise it. It's disgusting. It's terrible. It's everything I hate about politicians. It's vapid. It's vacuous. There's no there. And at the same time, Joe Biden got to this spot pretty crushingly by doing this same garbage. So it's very possible, even though this doesn't strike a chord with me, even though this probably doesn't strike a chord with you and many other people in our demographics, there are plenty of older voters, suburban voters, who are like, yeah, I like this. So what we're going to learn very quickly is, yes, Trump is horrendous. We all know that. And if he loses, then we bring Biden back, right back to the status quo and the same old, same old. And even though the same old might sound appealing at the moment because Trump is so insane, once we get into the same old, everybody's going to realize, oh my God, same old is a lot worse than I thought it was.